You're listening to the Chopped Podcast, episode number 76. Hey everyone, and welcome to the Chopped Podcast FriChats. I'm Marley of the site, namely Marley, and
Kara and Sis. I guess I don't have to keep saying my last name, do I? Kara of Fork and Beans. Ta-da!
I like your last name. You could say that. I should say Marley McMillan. I like to say that. I like my last name.
Well, I was just realizing, wait a minute, you only just said Marley. Why do I have to? I don't know. Maybe it's just the newly married in me.
Yes. Oh, that's true. Yes. And I think for me, it's like, because my site is just namely Marley, I kind of get, I'm a I'm a rock star in my own head.
Yeah, Marley. That's good.
I'm just Marley.
Myself working beans.
I love it. Okay, so we are back for another episode of FriChats. And if you're curious what FriChats are, they really are just Kara and I talking, and we're kind of jamming on topics related to food blogging in a more casual setting than our typical weekly interview settings. Does that work? You think that's right?
That works.
Okay,
well
good.
Done.
So this week, our topic is dealing with the summer lull because it happens. I don't know too many bloggers who don't experience a lull in the summertime. The traffic goes down and people get freaked out.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that, Kara.
Just all you got to do is just freak out. That's it.
Freak out. Yeah, you know what? If you're going to freak out, you might as well go for it, right?
Yeah. No, I don't recommend freaking out.
Okay.
Because it's not a solution to a problem, Harley.
Don't go eat a whole box of Oreos.
No, there's no need to, unless you want to. I mean, that sounds delicious, but there's just nothing you can do about it, really.
Right.
I mean, you know that there are certain times of the year where your traffic's going to plummet down and it's going to get a little more quiet. I mean, what do you do?
Right. You have to, I think, understand it's, in some ways it's nice to have a job, especially I think a job like food blogging where you have to be on so much that there's this little reprieve in the summertime when you're not getting as much traffic. I think it's a time to fill up the well.
Yes. You mean like internal well?
Yes.
Or the blog? Yeah, I agree because hey, all these other people, they're taking vacations and time off. Why can't I?
Right.
Because guess what? My audience is still going to be there when I get back. Somebody had said to me when I was talking about like sending too many, like when you update a new post or, you print out a new post and people get emails saying, hey, so-and-so has got a new post. Check it out. Right. Nobody's going to complain when they're getting not as many emails from you. You know what I mean? It's not like they're going to be like, I don't know. I think that it's best that everybody takes a little bit of a break and slows down a little bit. There's no need to go crazy.
Exactly. And I think you can use this time, like, for example, maybe if you're used to publishing 3 times a week, you could cut back to 2.
Yeah.
You could also, there are some things that you can do like republishing old content that kind of gives them that old content, some SEO love, and that's important as well.
Absolutely. That's a really great idea.
Thank you.
You're welcome. There's just no need to drive yourself nuts about something you can't control anyway.
Yeah.
Because the great part of all of it is we're all kind of in the same boat too. It's not like you're the only person that's suffering from the summer lull of traffic. We all are.
Right.
And when you realize you're not alone, it kind of takes the pressure off of you, don't you think?
Absolutely. You're right. Misery loves company.
Oh, amen, right?
Yeah. But I think if it's easy to take things like that personally, but when you realize it is kind of like a market trend, then you can kind of relax about that. And then I think there's some things that you can do, like, for example, republishing old posts. It also is a great time to just like plan ahead a little bit. Maybe you want to spend a little time thinking about what you're going to be publishing in October when things are busy again.
Yes. Yeah, I think taking a tip from nature and just letting her guide you. I mean, the nature of food blogging is summertime, it tends to get pretty slow. So use that as a catapult to doing new and different things. Switch it up a little bit.
Yes.
Hey, here's an idea too. Don't look at your traffic.
Then you wouldn't
Like,
even know to be down about it, right?
if you get down about that fact, hide it from yourself completely. I've taken it off my dashboard. Um, I've tried the technique of putting it at the very bottom. Yeah, like that really works. It's like putting cookies far back from the pantry so you don't grab for them quick. No, if I know there are cookies in that pantry, I'm going to go for them. I don't care where they are.
I will find them.
Yeah, I'm going to find them. I'm going to
I'm like
find.
a bloodhound when it comes to
Oh,
cookies.
totally, totally. So if I know that my stats are in my dashboard, I don't care. I'm going to scroll down. That's easy. Not a big deal. It doesn't deter me. So I took it off my dashboard completely. I took that off. I took my work email off of my phone.
Yeah, me too.
And I don't get like Facebook notifications
Me
either.
neither.
So that alone, those three things have made me the happiest food blogger I've ever been because
Yes.
I'm not obsessing over it anymore.
Well, and here's the thing is like, there's, I can get lost on something like Facebook if I turn my notifications off too, because if I'm trying to work on a project and then Facebook comes up with some notice, and then the next thing you know, I'm on Facebook and there's this hilarious video of a puppy dog or whatever, and it's like an hour later, I come out of that fog and I haven't gotten this big project I wanted to get done.
Yeah.
And I want to be more intentional about when I go to Facebook, and therefore I'm in there for 30 minutes to do what I need to do, and then I'm out.
Yeah. Well, and even like Facebook work wise
Yeah.
too, it's, I don't know, like if maybe I'm the only one, I doubt it. But if I spend too much time on any kind of social media, that comparison track really starts to kick in. And then you get into that moment where you're like staring at your computer, wondering why more people haven't liked your post.
Yeah.
And then you get angry at Facebook because their algorithm has changed and now it's just not reaching as many people, you know. I don't know.
Yes.
I've gotten to this point where like sometimes I wish food blogging was what it was 4 years ago. It was so much fun back then when there wasn't pressure for having like the biggest numbers on Facebook, because like it was just very organic and you know, people interacted with each other and it just had a different feeling.
Yes.
And now that everything is changing, even Instagram is starting to change a little bit too. And Snapchat, I'm still on the fence with. I really have a hard time understanding it and just getting into it. It can take the joy out of food blogging. So like for me, anything that robs my joy, I just kind of have to like set it aside and just focus on the things that make me happy. So if you're like down about it this summer, then do the things that are don't do the things that are making you sad. Put them aside, shelf them for a little bit. You can come back to it, but just, I don't know, try to get back into what made you start your blog in the first place. What makes you happy?
I love that. You know, I think every job has things about it that that you don't like. I mean, I imagine that a brain surgeon is going to have, you know, maybe they have a passion for doing brain surgery, but there's going to be parts of the job they don't like, or pilots or whatever. I think about these jobs, you know, like maybe we might have this job in our head that we think, oh, that would be the perfect job. Every job is going to have parts of it that you don't like. However, I think is that if you can reduce those things that you don't like as much as possible, like offset them, let somebody, either you just don't do them or you try to find somebody. Like I actually have my niece that comes in from time to time and does some Pinterest scheduling for me or some of my Facebook groups. I know, and it's nice because she's over, and we get have a little chat, and I buy her coffee.
She loves doing that. Yeah,
yeah.
I think that's such a great idea.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's ways around. I know people can, can also hire a virtual assistant to do some things for you too, but I just think there's some cost-effective ways of finding help. I think that all matters. It makes a big difference.
Well, you're talking to me right now. Thank you. I mean, I need help with this greatly too, of hiring new people to help me with that. But I think that is a fabulous idea of maybe starting some collaborations too this summer.
Yes.
Bring other people in. I mean, maybe even other bloggers. Spice things up a little bit, and if you start to see that you're really down on your interaction and traffic, maybe try something new.
Ooh, I like that.
That might help. Or ask yourself, why does this bother me so badly? And maybe there is a little more. It's kind of like what we were talking about last week. Maybe your happiness is all in your traffic, and you feel like you're a good blogger if you have X amount of traffic, and that might not be true. That might be a belief that you need to shift a little bit, but just don't be afraid to start asking questions, or start doing something a little differently.
I love that. Both tips actually, to not be harsh on yourself if your traffic isn't exactly the way you want it. But also, I like the idea of trying something new. This is a period of time that if there's a lull in traffic and maybe you've been dreaming about doing, I don't know, a post about decorating a room versus like just only food, or maybe you want to write something that's about something that you're going through. This would be a good time to experiment with that.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, who knows? Maybe you become a decorating blogger.
Yeah.
Like a passion for that instead of food. Who knows? But just don't be afraid of trying different things.
Yes.
And what can it hurt? I mean, people are on vacation anyway. They might not be seeing it anyway. Who cares?
Yes.
It's great to try it.
I think that's so true. I like this. And actually, I'm writing a list down as we're talking. So we've got a lot of re's in here. We've got republish old posts. We've got rewind. This is take your time to rewind.
Ooh.
I also like what I heard you say is to relax a little bit. And that's good too. So
you're like picking up in the REs.
I
Dang,
know.
You're good.
I know. But I like the idea of just relaxing about the traffic over the summer. There's not much you can do about it. It's an external thing.
And you're not alone. I think that's the most important thing, just to realize it's going to get better in August, September. Start planning your calendar. You said this too. Start planning your calendar, what you're going to do in September. I don't know. I get the biggest kick out of planning ahead. I love that stuff.
I admire that about you. You're usually working quite a ways out, aren't you?
I tend to have about 3 months of work set aside, yes.
And aren't you so glad, like you recently got sick and you were able to draw from that work? That was nice.
Ish.
Yes.
I wasn't really drawing from anything.
Yes, you were pretty down and out, though.
Because you know what? At that point, it was like, what can I do?
Yeah.
I can't get in the kitchen right now. I can't even move. So I have to just accept that this is where I'm at. I didn't post anything on Instagram for 8 days.
Wow.
And guess what? My audience is still there. It's fine. Nobody left me.
They didn't all go away.
Yeah. They're like, what? This is bull. I can't believe
I'm out of here.
Yeah. I want something daily. No, so it was fine. But, I just had to kind of really be gentle on myself and not berate where I was, because I couldn't do as much work as I normally want to do. But I like the planning. That is what makes me happy, almost as much as the actual like creating of the food. Everything else is meh for me. But I can sit down and I can tell you what I'm going to do in the next 3 months in an hour. I can just start jotting it all down. And I love that process. And I think that like the summertime gets me the most excited, because that's when I really start planning Halloween too. Because
and that's your favorite.
If you know Fork and Beans, like that is I'm all about Halloween. So I'm already starting to plan it. I'm getting the butterflies just thinking about it, and I just use that lull time for the things I know will just take off. So
I love it. And I also
Halloween. Sorry. I'm so excited.
Yay. Yay, bring it on.
Oh my gosh, I can't
Well,
wait.
I also love what I heard you said before, which is like finding opportunities to collaborate with other bloggers, because I think that's something that we could work into our sites more often is working with other bloggers. So that's really cool too.
Yes, exactly. Just try something new.
Yeah. Even if it's just calling another blogger and talking with them for a little bit, that's kind of fun too.
There you go. Yeah,
Yeah,
connect with somebody and talk about how horrible this summer lull is together.
that's right. Look, I mean, I think our jobs are highly creative. Being a food blogger is a highly creative kind of work. And therefore, having sometimes like this where there's lulls, you know, as much as we can connect with others or much as we can do things to help fill up that well, I think it makes a big difference.
Yes, I agree.
Awesome.
Get your squad together.
Yes, I love it. You have anything else, or I think we're kind of done. What do you think?
I think that's good. Yeah.
I love it. So everybody just head into that lull with lots of confidence and take the
Relax,
time to
rewind, and
yes.
repost.
Yes, love it. Thanks, Gara.
All right, Marley, you're the best.
You are too. Well, that's it for another episode of FriChats. Thanks for listening. If you'd like to see the show notes page where we left links and notes about today's discussion, or if you'd just like to sign up for our weekly email newsletter to get tips on food blogging, head over to choppedpodcast.com today. Here's to something inspirational coming your way today.